You're a parent joining us this morning. Your youngster is in grade 7 at the moment. You're going to start wondering and start worrying perhaps what's going to happen with high school admissions next year. Well, you have until tomorrow, Friday, that's right, you have till tomorrow to apply for grade 8 admissions for the year 2022. So online applications, we know, opening up a little while ago, back in August. Let's get the latest now. Head of Department for the Gauteng Department of Education. Always a pleasure. Edward Mosuwe joining us this morning. Mr. Mosuwe, always good to have you here on eNCA. So how's the applications looking at the moment, less than 24 hours before they close?
Good morning, and thank you very much for the invitation to provide this update. Just to confirm that our online admission system for grade 1 and 8 this year is done in 2 phases. We started on the 10th of August, and tomorrow, the 3rd of September, marks the close of the first phase. Now, during this first phase, what's important is that all learners that are in public schools in grade 7 were supposed to be registering, enrolling, so that they could be progressed into grade 8 because they are currently in the public system. We have 181,000 of those grade 7s in our system, and as of today, or as of yesterday rather, by the close of business, we had about 121,595 applications, unique applications that had been made. Now, phase 2, Phase 2 will be opening on the 13th of September to the 8th of October, and that will be opening up for grade 1s that are coming fresh, new into our system, as well as grade 8s that may have been out of the public system. But here's an important thing which is of concern to us at the moment, is that of the 181,000, there's about 60,000 parents out there who have children in grade 7 in public schools who have not taken advantage of the first phase of application. And we are urging them to take note that the 3rd of September is quickly coming to a close, and therefore we expect them to apply.
Yeah, and this has been the problem as well, taking a look at some of the reactions on social media, Mr. Mosuwe, from parents, I believe, with kids coming into grade 8 as well. They're saying that they're trying to do everything they can, but there have been some online glitches. But it seems it's not an overall systems issue. Most people are able to log in and do what they need to just fine. But what have you been hearing as far as some online problems, the technical problems of being able to log on and get children applied for next year?
Look, at the beginning on day 1 of the system, we had identified certain glitches. Among the glitches would have been an instance where there was a slow response for parents to be receiving one-time PIN, because we have to ensure that at any one point in time when there's an application, we protect people's information as in terms of the POPI Act, and therefore a one-time PIN. We were able to resolve that particular matter, so there was no stifling of the system. There had also been an indication of some schools not having loaded the data of the learners accordingly, and in instances like that, we advise parents to go back, because remember, information on the system for those that are in the public school is what schools have. So should it be that we have loaded on the system incomplete information, the system would have kicked them out. But we were able to resolve all of that information, and at this point in time, we have no indication of any significant technical glitches that would have been. And that's why, to the extent we can talk about, just close to 70% of parents having applied successfully so.
Yeah, Mr. Mosuwe, just before I let you go, last 30 seconds is what I have with you, Mr. Mosuwe. So parents who are watching now, if they don't get this done by the deadline tomorrow as quickly as you can, what happens with their children next year? Not going to school, I guess?
It's an important thing to note that this phase 2 of applications will open up now on the 13th of September. This will be for both grade 1 and grade 8 that are coming anew. Now, those that would not have applied will now be competing for spaces as well, or will be applying in the same period with those that are now coming on the 8th, that coming out of the public system. And we encourage all parents to take note of this. And here's an important thing why we're doing online system. It's because we want to make sure that we can plan for the start of the academic year on time. So when parents don't submit this information, it makes it difficult for us to have data that ensures that when day one of school starts, we are able to get there. And we therefore encourage all parents to take heed and make sure that they apply.
And that's the deadline, which is coming up tomorrow as well. You heard it from the Gauteng Department of Education. If your grade 7 is going into grade 8 next year and you're part of the 30% that hasn't done the online admission, you have until tomorrow for grade 8. It's always a pleasure. Head of Department for the Gauteng Department of Education, Edward Mosuwe.